When we left off, I was on a boat approaching the island of Mindanao, halfway through a multi-vehicle journey to Cagayan de Oro to reconnect with my old friends Pat and Cong from episode 9 of this series, the CIA Agents.
We made it to the bus, and a very bumpy bus it is. This is what sometimes happens. You get corralled into the crap bus no one else is going to take. I tried to get on the nice-looking bus, but no one understood what I was saying. This is what happens sometimes when you're... Anyway, this is going to suck.
And so the rest of the afternoon was spent being violently thrown about on a bus that apparently had several square wheels.
Yo!
Dude! Hey guys, hope it's okay if I memorialize this. You know what I did for you guys? How about I want to hang out with you guys? I got a 5:45 in the morning, rode some tiny little thing that I had to crawl into, and then a ferry, and then the worst bus in Mindanao. And so let's go enjoy ourselves.
That could be a nice country song.
Currently sewing.
Well, that's beautiful over there.
Sweet corn.
But tell him some random shit, trivial shit about Bukidnon.
Okay. So, Bukidnon has 7 tribes.
Okay.
One of them called Bukidnon. You have Higaonon, Talaandig. These are indigenous people. Manobo. I forgot the other tribes. But there are 7 of them. The 7 tribes of Bukidnon. Bukidnon actually is almost overrun by Del Monte plantations of pineapple. So mostly it's pineapple country. They do grow sugar cane here. It's also one big production that they have. Corn, rice. But now you would understand going through here why the Philippines has a rice problem, because we don't plant what we need, we plant what's profitable, which is pineapples, I guess. Typical Filipinos wouldn't live in houses like
Looks
this.
like 70s USA.
Yeah, it looks like any town USA.
Because this is where Del Monte's employees.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Del Monte owns this. The employees get to live here rent-free while they're still employed. They provided the housing, and it's different colors. I think it's built in early 60s or 70s. That's why it's all made of wood.
Huh. It's really interesting.
This was the house of my first college girlfriend. This one.
So, what are you saying?
We're going to stop?
I don't know. She's not there anymore. Her dad died, interestingly, because of brain cancer. And you know what his job was?
What?
Chemist in Del Monte. During Spanish times, or Spaniards came here, and they set up ranches, and they asked permission from the indigenous people that, can we borrow your lands so that we can graze cattle? And here's the funny part. The IPs don't even recognize what a cow is during the time. So they were told that, we need to fence this so that the cows don't wander off. And you need to live outside of this fence because the cows might attack you. And the IPs, they don't know anything about those animals. So they agreed. And fast forward 50, 70, 100 years later, we now have the big ranches owned by those Spanish families. And the IPs are now living outside of their own ancestral lands. That's actually part of my work now. We help the indigenous people fight for their lands to finally reclaim their ancestral lands.
How's that going?
Uphill and very difficult. The government itself is not taking the side of the IPs. They're taking the side of the big landowners because they produce this: bananas, pineapples, sugar cane, for export. So it helps you the GDP of the country. Now the IPs, even if you give them those lands, they won't produce anything worthwhile for us to export. And that's the harsh reality. It's all about business.
But could you please tone down the dark shit? Pat?
What dark shit? I'm just saying it as it is. I mean, Bukidnon is a beautiful countryside, and you know you get to do a lot of things, but it doesn't hide the fact that there is a great sense of injustice that's being done here. So where we're going is Dahilayan Adventure Park. It's one of our touristy places. What's it about, Cong? How do you describe Dahilayan?
It's a mountain resort with some first world toys,
Yeah.
and it's not a government park. It's a
It's
privately owned park.
Oh yeah, and it used to hold the title of having the world's longest zip line. I'm not sure
until Singapore, right?
Singapore, yeah.
Never came to
Saddle
Manila.
Ridge. That's a very foreign
Cowboys in, yeah, that's true.
Cowboy.
Yeah. Plus, you know, all Americans have a random bush plane sitting in the beginning. RP Joe's. There's a Joe. It's
See, RP, Republic of the Philippines, and a Joe. Hey Joe.
so we're here at
Dahilayan.
Ano Dahilan?
Dahilayan.
Pumunta kami sa Dahilayan.
Dahilayan. Dahilayan. Like lion.
No,
but-
Dahilan. Anong Dahilan?
What's the reason?
Yeah. Pumunta kami sa Dahilayan.
Okay. We're going to go inside a park, sort of like I guess like your Six Flags in America,
Okay.
but with a more Filipino flavor.
Nice. And Cong, you got food on your lip.
What?
Our friend Pat is going to Canada soon. He's very concerned about the cold. What did you just say? Don't.
Don't tell me Canada's colder than this.
For you folks watching in America, it's probably about 60 degrees out right now, Fahrenheit, if at the coolest. So let's all reassure him that Canada never gets below 60 degrees Fahrenheit, ever.
Filipinos get confused with that spelling. You know, Forrest Gump and Forest.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? This is actually good training for Canada,
Okay.
because having spent a lot of time in Canada, I can tell you, this would be a fairly nice summer day there.
What? This is summer? What's winter then?
Oh, you'll find out. So how you doing there with my newly minted Canadian friend? How you doing?
I think I'm chilled to the bone already.
Chill to the bone.
Wait, what's the temperature here?
Yeah, let's find out. What is the temperature?
Temperature today. 30 degrees
30
Celsius.
degrees Celsius. That's about, what, 75 degrees Fahrenheit? Maybe 80?
Okay. And in Celsius, how cold does it get there?
I don't have the heart to tell you.
Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me straight.
Alberta, in the winter or in the summer?
It's winter?
Minus 10?
Celsius?
Yeah, I think so. Trying to look it up.
That's colder than a freezer that I own at the house.
It is colder than your freezer, yeah. Maybe to get in shape for Canada, you might want to walk into that freezer a lot.
You know, kind of sleep in it or what?
Yeah, that would help. They do have heaters there, though.
You know what's funny? When we were kids, Cong and I, when we were kids, we used to open the ref and stand in front of it and imagine that we were in the States. And then we'd open the freezer and then we'd pretend that the ice there is like snow, you know, inside the freezer. Stick our tongue in, you know.
Stick your tongue in. You know what happens in America if you stick your tongue on a pole.
On a metal surface.
Yeah, don't do that.
You either have thick skin or you just get used to the cold already.
That's the thing. Maybe you should like just assume someone else's body over your own. Look at. Do you know what a parka is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a parka.
That's
So
good.
I should bring that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring it. See, we're entering a very Filipino place. So, For an American, this is fascinating. This is like what we would have had in the 1950s. This is like a 1950s American park. This is really, really wild. Okay, guys, explain to me what I'm looking at here.
Totem pole?
It is a totem pole. I recognize that part, but the significance of the yellow dude.
No, we just like to borrow concepts from other
What I'm saying
cultures.
is that's not from my culture.
And it's not a Filipino one either.
So what the
as
heck
I
am I
told you,
looking
we
at?
Filipinos are confused when it comes to culture. You know, you have to understand 400 years of slavery under the Spanish and 50 years under American colonialism rule. Somewhere along the way, we forgot who we are.
You're gonna get me in so much trouble if I publish this stuff.
But it's true anyway. I'm not kidding. Look, where else outside of the United States would you see Indians, American Indians, being featured prominently?
We're not even allowed to say that anymore. Well,
American Indians? Oh, what do you call them?
okay,
Native
no,
Americans.
forget
sorry.
it. No,
Yeah.
it's confused. We're confused too. So, Dahilayan, Bukidnon, and a Native American with monkeys.
And a rooster.
Okay, roosters we got, monkeys we don't got.
Oh, okay.
So I'm confused. Is the American Indian? I can see why he's confused about where he is.
He's trying to find his way back home.
I know, but you know what's funny is the backdrop. I'm not used to seeing pine trees in Asia, and this is very American.
I think that's what they're trying to aim. Like,
Yeah.
sort of like feels like I'm in America, but I'm in the Philippines.
Well, the foliage works. You know, I don't know if you call trees foliage, but wow, this is pretty wild.
Let's go downstairs.
The hanging bridge?
Yep.
It's where they hang people.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
worried
on a
about.
bridge.
Yeah. We do this, sure.
Oh, you have this in America too?
It's similar, yeah. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but yeah, I've definitely been on these sliding rides
there you
before.
go.
Persons ride entirely and knowingly at their own risk. All riders agree to comply with the rules of conduct and safety of all activities. Full responsibility for any damage or injury of any nature. Okay, sounds great. Let's go die.
It's because there are rides there.
Oh, okay. So it's not just the bridge.
Yeah.
I've crossed bridges scarier than that in Southeast Asia. Okay, so I'm a little confused why this is scary because I've been on bridges like this before. So no doubt have they. In fact, you've seen me cross bridges like this before. So they were saying that it's very scary for some reason. I'm not very scared. I'm scared of dropping the phone, I'll admit to that. Oh, hi, sorry. Oh, I almost tripped, that was bad. Oh, that's pretty. You having fun? Sige. All right, so let's continue being very terrified on this bridge. Oh, my shoelace came undone. That'll be a challenge, especially when I'm holding the phone. He's rocking us back and forth like big deal. Dude, my shoe's not even tied and I'm not scared. Okay, so how much did you pay for that? 100 Philippine $2 to cross. I crossed the scarier bridge at Butuan in episode 10.
And
When you put
was
it
for
that
free.
way, like it's $2, yeah, it doesn't seem that much.
ATV trail, huh? Now that looks like something interesting. We could have an authentic jungle experience, guys. No Indians. Ang galit si Pat.
No, I feel the need, no, the call for nature.
Oh, okay.
And we're at nature, but I
We are indeed.
I
Now
can't
we're
respond to that kind of call.
walking down a paved road. Wait a minute, look at it. They put in a mobile station. Do you have mobiles in Philippines?
Before, when I was in grade school,
Yeah.
we had a mobile gas station right beside our ancestral home.
Okay, so that's not as weird as it seems. Because to me, that's like, oh, hello. Got a mobile station and zip lining overhead. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. So we got we got the classic cars. We got the music that's gonna get me demonetized. And then we have, okay, these American animals. Some of them, we have
Caribou?
moose, we have
Caribou?
moose, we have
Or
caribou,
moose, yeah.
we have bear. Lions we don't got. So here, deep in Mindanao, we have a little slice of my home country, I guess.
Dahilayan Forest Park was established in 2010 as a way to reclaim land damaged by logging while promoting tourism in Bukidnon. Despite its quaint vibe, with the record-breaking zip line and attractions rarely found within the Philippines, Dahilayan was a major development for Mindanao.
Hey Adam, I have a question. So, if I'm in Canada and I'm the only Filipino guy there, would the Canadians look at me like the way Filipinos look at you here?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, you're the only American guy here, so they...
I saw another one. I think it's American.
Okay, so they're split. Half of them are looking at you, half of them are looking at you.
Nobody's looking at me. Okay, she's looking at me.
So would they also be looking at me there in Canada because I'm dark and I'm Filipino? I'm the only dark guy in a white place.
Canadian viewers, write in and ask and tell us if Pat will have a problem in Alberta.
After we finished lunch, we came out to find that the rains had overflowed the dam above the park, perilously close to the road back to the main gate. So I was a little nervous when we all boarded the tram. Accidents can happen anywhere, but in Southeast Asia, there's always a heightened awareness of them.
Did Jurassic Park start like this? Heavy rain? Going through the jungle?
But as usually happens in these kind of situations, we did make it back safe and soaked.
Well, Pat, congratulations. You've managed to create an authentic Canadian experience.
My first day at Canadian boot camp. Okay.
That's right. Day 2, snow.
Where do we find snow in the Philippines? Let's go to the cold storage plant.
Yeah.
On the way back to Cagayan de Oro, Pat and Cong took me over their cross-country biking route through the mountains.
Oh man, look at this. This nice dirt road in the middle of nowhere. We've got this amazing view.
And then back to town. But before leaving CDO, I owed the city one more look around.
This is the same street I walked down in a panic 4 years ago in the middle of the night trying to get my laptop fixed in WTF Street. And one of the reasons I wanted to come back to Cagayan besides to see Cong and Pat again is folks in this town were a little unhappy at the way they were portrayed in that show because, you know, it's a little stressed out, but you know, you land in any city that you don't know and you don't know anyone in the middle of the night and something goes wrong, you're gonna get stressed out. So it's nothing against this city, although a guy, yeah, I should have filmed it. Just the guy was acting weird. But anyway, here we are back again, Osmeña Street in CDO.
Sundown found me on a freshly built boulevard along the riverside, enjoying the mild weather along with many locals taking a stroll down the as-yet unopened promenade. It was nice to see something new and vibrant take root since my last visit, and always good to be around Filipinos doing what they do best, appreciating and enjoying life.
And then, once again, it was time to move on a plane across Mindanao to a new destination, Davao. And that's where I'll meet you on the next episode of Adam Walks Around.